It does. Welcome to the world of tomorrow and the Gaming Arcadia Roundtable podcast. It's me and Gamzly today. It's going to be a short one. Let's get straight to the community questions. Can we have the first question, please? It's not going to be that short. There's a few things going on. We've got some stuff to talk about. Like I say, I'm here with Gamzly. Gamzly, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm in my hacker den, apparently. I've been kicked out of both of my homes. Thanks, Cleo. But I don't even have wine, Asa. You have to send me over some. You don't
generally have wine when we do this, do you? Are you a wine drinker?
No, I usually have. I love wine. Oh, you didn't get me centered this time in the camera, by the way. Before I continue, let me just fix that for you for
at your own. By moving your damn chair into the middle of the camera. Come on now.
Hold on. Just I can't get it properly. I'm going the wrong way. Anyways, I'll just okay. I won't touch it. Yeah, no, I do like wine. I save it. I don't do wine before like 6 p.m. I'll take a whiskey though. I like whiskey.
Any time of day for the
whiskey. Yeah.
I'm not mature enough for whiskey yet. I've been trying.
You don't do the whiskey? Or the scotch, or whatever, the gin, I don't fucking know, the vodka.
Gin and stuff with like a mixer of some kind, sure. But no, whiskey is difficult. I'm trying to learn.
What do you usually?
It's the sign of a sophisticated gentleman. So I'm trying. But no, I'm not a sophisticated gentleman. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are. You're a lovely little human. What do you usually make?
You're wrong.
Little human. You're like
most of that.
15 feet taller than me. What do you mix with your gin if you have a gin mixer?
I like tonic.
What do you do?
Gin and tonic is fine for me, or tonic. Sometimes gin and a ginger beer can work too. But I prefer rum and ginger beer.
I fucking hate tonics. I hate tonics, Asa. You gotta do the cucumber and fizzy water. That's it.
Cucumber makes every drink disgusting.
With a little bit of bitters. You disgust me. Anyways, yeah, you were gonna ask me a question.
Oh, was I? No, I did ask you a question. That's how you doing. How you been this week?
I'm okay. I'm still trying to fix this fucking
I see you gliding around, yeah. You had it as well. You get it just right, and then you go and change it again.
Hold on. Is it okay this way? Tell me when to stop.
Perfect. Stop there. Stop there. Stop there. You're exactly in the middle.
Are you sure?
Yeah, now I'm going to just delete you.
Are you sure? I don't believe you.
Damn it, look at your own damn feed. It's perfectly centered.
It has a lag, all right? Anyway. It's ridiculous. I'm by the way, I'm on my LTE network right now, hotspotting to my laptop because this place doesn't have internet anymore because I haven't used it in like 5 months. Yeah, no, it's still raining outside. It's still cold for some freaking reason. I'm sick and tired of it. There's no sun. We got like 2 good days of sun in Montreal, and both days were far from Saturdays. And I'm getting really sad because I don't get to enjoy the sun because we work in the day, right? So that's unfortunate. But besides that, I'm having a good time. I've been playing some games. I've been rewatching some TV shows that I truly like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've been bending that on Netflix, going back to my comfort food stuff in almost every category, gaming included. Avatar, I think I watch every year with Cleo around the same time, so around summertime for some reason, it just drops like that.
Is it short?
I'm really enjoying it. Avatar? Yes. Well, I mean, it's bingeable for sure. There's 4 books. Oh my god. Anyways, it's not that much. It's definitely not Naruto. So that's thank fuck. Or One Piece Chronic. 1,000 episodes. I think it's under 100 episodes, all of the episodes combined. So I'm loving that. I'm enjoying that again. Rewatching Andor, because again, I think it's the best Star Wars stuff. I've explained that so many times now. I got my brothers to finally watch it, who are in the Discord now. Probably watching. You lame people. You should have been watching. You should have been watching Andor a long time ago to help that freaking thing. Yeah. Last of Us. Last of Us is interesting because I'm watching season 2, but we haven't watched the recent one, and usually Cleo would push me to watch the next episode, but she hasn't pushed me for the recent one. So I don't know if it's a lack of interest or she's just lagging behind because she has a lot to do. So that's that. Yeah. That's what I've been doing. And working, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. And kicking things or getting kicked. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah.
Me too, Gamzly. That's exactly what I've been doing. All of those things that you just said, that's been my life. Yep.
Don't lie to me.
Okay, I haven't watched Andor. No, I do. I've been watching The Last of Us season 2, which I really like. I know you're not so keen on it, but that's going well. Enjoying that.
Are you? Is your family watching it with you?
Only my wife, not my 2 kids.
Okay, and how does she like it?
Loves it. Having no experience.
My brothers too.
But...
My brother's wife also likes it right now. And my other brother's girlfriend also enjoys it, but she was a little bit turned off by the second episode. I don't know if they're still watching, but I know up to that point they were. Mike's girlfriend was interested heavily. But yeah, it seems like it's still grabbing a lot of people, so that's a good sign. But definitely has the same critic cycle, it seems, right?
As the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Review bombing or not, it still
yeah.
seems... Yeah. Critically acclaimed all around, right, for the critics, but it seems like people just, even in my circle, seem to be off. Robert and Danny, I know, don't really like it. So, yeah.
And games. I'm still...
Anything else you watching?
Well, I had an incident with an ISP, with a service provider that was supposed to install a line for me on Thursday and just did not turn up whatsoever. So that's disrupted my gaming schedule. I'm still plugging away on Doom. I'm still not convinced that I love it. Like,
say schedule again?
Well, I'm British, so it's a schedule.
Okay.
I prefer schedule. I really train myself hard. Like, okay, I'm going to try and do, and I'm not correct in most of my pronunciations of other words whatsoever, but schedule, I'm going to get that damn one right, so people know where I'm from.
I can't do schedule. I can't do it. I love you guys over there.
It's like half rejected.
I love you. Oh my god!
If you Google it,
schedule,
I'm saying it correct.
Schedule? What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh,
no, I know you are.
Over here.
And you got me with Mocha as well. You know, because apparently I did some research. Listen, I was really angry with Mocha. By the way, you made me super fucking angry with Mocha. I did a lot of research on this goddamn word, and you were right. And I don't like it. Just like I don't like schedule or whatever the fuck you say. But yeah, continue. Yeah,
that's fine. I can't remember where I was.
So you're feeling Doom.
You know, I'm constantly impressed by the art, like tech and design, but particularly tech is phenomenal. They've not even got the path tracing stuff in there, and it's just pristine to in terms of performance, visuals, and what it does, like the particles that it throws around, the way that it's all lit, and all the rest of it. It's a damn impressive game and engine. But the combat loop,
yes,
I'm like, sometimes it's kind of good, but I'm getting a bit more into it now that it's kind of forcing me to use my weapons a bit more rather than just stomping.
Where are you at the moment?
Chapter 12-ish.
Okay, nice. Oh, that's a cool looking map, man. Some of the maps are really awesome.
It's the first one where I was like, no, this is Doom. I love it here. When you get to that point in the game, but every time I die, it's frustrating. Like, it doesn't feel good to die in that game, and that wasn't the same thing in like Doom and Doom Eternal. I haven't got the flow of the combat still. It's constantly like chip damage from behind while I'm trying to swing my flail around. And it's like, it's actually a bit irritating. It's a bit irritating to die like that.
No, I get you. I get you. I guess because the glory kills in the first one, like we were talking about it before. It's like the glory kills in the first one really saved you from like getting shot in the back often, you know. In this one, you're kind of the flow never stops. Like it never. Yes, you do get saved by the kill animations, but they're slight. They're like really short, so you still get hit by those bullets. Whereas the glory kill will kind of save you through all the things that come through you in Eternal. So I guess that might have something to do with it.
Like, it has a mechanic in there now where if you're low on health and you just go and kill grunty things, they're supposed to drop more health. And that's like your little break in combat, is to make sure you are darting around the map, hitting things, which they've said in the recent like tuning patch. They've actually adjusted that because it was a bit too effective when you were low on health to go and pick up health and stuff like that. So they have tweaked it a little bit. But I don't know. Like, I don't hate it. It's an impressive game. I'm more into the guns than the shield, and it has a heavy shield focus. So flail, yes, Tom, I love my flails in all the games that have them. So as soon as I saw that Doom had a flail, I was like, of course I'm going to use that as much as I can.
I'm surprised. That's how you're playing Elden Ring too, right?
Absolutely, like, how I insist on playing Elden Ring. I flail around and I fail like a goldfish. Which is to say, I fail and then I forget what went wrong and I do it again, and then I forget what went wrong and I do it again, over and over and over and over. It's fantastic philosophy, though. I recommend it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, so I've been playing Elden Ring. I've been playing Doom. While I had no connection, while I was waiting for an engineer, I played through the entirety of Panzer Dragoon, which is an unexpected one. I did a little remake. And that game only takes about 2 hours at the most to get through in its entirety. I love Panzer Dragoon Saga. I love the world of Panzer Dragoon, but I never actually liked Panzer Dragoon 1 or Panzer Dragoon Zwei particularly. They're the ones. There's Auto as well on the Xbox, where it's like an on-rails shooter, essentially. You're on a dragon, like an Afterburner kind of game.
Yeah. Way better than Doom.
They have a great world. And I couldn't play Doom. My PC was unavailable, so I was just on the Xbox in the other room.
Better than Doom's Dragon sections is what I'm trying to say.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I forgot about those. I'm going to have to do some of them. But that was I really like the world of those games, even though I didn't like the shooting ones particularly. It was nice to visit and just look at their take on its weird architecture that it has. So I had fun doing that for the 2 hours that I did. And that's it. That's all my games, I think. No, because there would have been something. What did we play yesterday? Helldivers as well. Helldivers 2 was on the community games yesterday, which does not get enough credit for how good it looks. It's had plenty of credit and critical and commercial success for what it is as a game, which, like, yeah, I can appreciate it. I can only stand to play it for short bursts. Like, every now and again, I'll drop in 2 or 3 times, and I don't particularly want to play it any more than that. Another month, 2 months go past, and I jump back into it, which suits me just fine for that game. But the look of it, the use of color and particles and all the rest of it, it's such a good looking game.
Absolutely stunning. Yeah, it's really stunning. That engine, which is fucking hilarious, right? That it's not even it's a really old Swedish engine, isn't it?
Yeah. It's discontinued partway through development of the game, so they had to kind of just get by themselves, modify it and update it as they went. It's gorgeous though.
Yeah, right? I'm a known hater of Helldivers 2, right? I always talk, like, when that game came out, I talked so much crap on it, but it's really it grabs you for like when it grabs you very strongly, like very hard, and it just takes you on a wild ride, and it's so pretty, and the particle effects are part of it. Like, everything just pops, and it's so unique. It just, for me, unfortunately, just wore itself thin really quickly. And I'm not that kind of, I don't play those types of games much. So that's a game that my brothers really truly dragged me into. So I didn't really enjoy it because it wasn't on my terms. But you can't deny the beauty of Helldivers 2. and the concept of Helldivers too is really strong. So yeah, it's really cool. And you were, I watched some of that stream, and you're terrible at it. You know
Which one? Helldivers?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I have
Just
fun.
terrible at it, looking at any excuse to shoot people in the back while they're doing things. Any excuse.
I prefer to explode them.
He went left. I don't like him. Boom, boom. You know, throw a grenade.
I
He
didn't
turned
think I was
right.
that bad for that this
guess
week.
I'll shoot a grenade.
Normally, yeah, and in pretty much any game that I play, if there is an opportunity to kill my buddies, then you can expect it to happen. But no, I thought I was being pretty well behaved.
I don't think so. I think we have a different.
I didn't trap
definition of that.
anyone
You know what?
in
I almost
a ravine with a
clipped.
minefield.
Yeah, like
This time.
like you normally would. It's not better. Yeah. I almost clipped a bunch of community game things just for like a comedic beat, but then my house is exploded and I had to broadcast from a paper box, so couldn't do that. Didn't have time. But you're lucky. You're lucky.
I'm supposed to take things like that more often, do some clips and things. I'll get onto that more once I've got my shit sorted out. But
and oh my god, yeah, I had something slip my mind. You know what? Moving on. If you were to put Dooms against Dooms, would Doom Dark Ages be on the bottom of your Doom list? Or would you say it would be in the middle?
Of the three, it would be at the bottom.
Yeah, the three.
Yeah. I've not finished it, so it's a little unfair to say. But for me, Doom 2016 was my favourite. I like the simplicity of it and the speed and all the rest of it, and the gunplay. It's the gunplay that's dragging this one down for me because it just doesn't feel as tight as the other ones. And that's like it's improved a little now that, like I say, it's forcing me to use more of the weapons. It feels a bit better. It feels a bit more precise. But generally, yeah, I prefer 2016 is my top, then Eternal, then Dark Ages, which means the next one, if they do another Doom, it's probably going to be awful. They're going to keep that trajectory going.
Yeah, you terrible Microsoft overlords.
But it's so damn impressive, though. Like I look at it in awe because
100%.
Especially when like the majority of the industry is Unreal Engine 5 and they're all so familiar, and this engine is just like it's refreshingly brilliant.
And it's so refreshing not to have like stutter issues every 3 seconds.
It
just works
perfectly. It's got like detail near field, far away, perfect particle effects, smoke blowing around, thick and delicious all over the place.
Thick and juicy.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of this while you're moving around the battlefield at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Nothing's like really popping in or anything like that. It's just like this is.
Have you seen the speed running clips of
the
Doom?
glitched shield rush things? I don't know. Yeah. I've not looked into how it's done, but yeah. And
oh my god.
Yeah.
It's really impressive. Really fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Because they have certain levels that like when you have the high ground, it's super satisfying. So the guy would just like sprint off these big hills and then target the farthest enemy away and just consistently do that 3 times because you have a shield charge is 3, I think, before cooldown. Or 2. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think 2. So he would go halfway across the map with like 2 shield rushes. It's fucking crazy. And glory kills. So like shotgun and then like teleport to a guy and smash him with your flail. It's really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, that's enough about Doom though. Like we should talk about like the hottest game in planet Earth at the moment.
We're not talking about Brotato. Sit down. You're already sitting down. Stand up. Walk away before you even bloody well mention it.
How do you know I'm not standing up? Actually, you know what? You're gonna laugh. Right now, I'm sitting on a I'm sitting on a Lego box. I don't have a chair, so
what Lego?
I'm really it's a I don't even know. I think it's just an extra Lego. It came as a bonus when I bought Cleo the Zelda Deku Tree. the big Deku tree. I love that thing. I bought Cleo that, and it came with like an extra little thing, and I don't even know what it is. I'm just sitting on it. It's just
Fair
extra
enough.
pieces of something.
I mean, it's doing the
Yeah,
trick.
so I'm doing that.
You're right in the center of the camera,
Yeah.
so it's working out.
Am I? I still don't even know. Keep moving. Oh, I am. Thanks.
Don't thank me.
Thanks for
It's
that.
literally you sitting in front of your own damn camera.
Maybe not. I'll never believe you. So yeah, go ahead. You know, push us to the best game of all time, Asa. Push
Best
us
game
to
of
it.
all
Do the
time?
thing.
Best game
Yeah,
of all
best
time.
game of all time.
What are you talking about?
Go do it.
No.
Choose it. It's on the dock. It's on the dock right here.
Oh,
You don't have the dock open, you liar.
I've got the dock open. It says Hellblade 2 has been enhanced. That's not the best game of all time. What are you talking about?
Okay, that's news, Asa. That's news. That's in the news section. You
Listen.
know it. All right. So,
FORTNITE
so
Vadar
it's right here.
AI. Nope.
What have we been playing? Right on the top. See that with the question mark? Then it says Gamzly, Asa, and a bunch of other people that don't put their shit there. So
Mystery
the
game.
one-
It says mystery game.
yeah, why don't you click that for everybody? Just click that put it on the screen.
Fuck's sake.
Just
Wait.
just
Wait,
click
I'm
it.
doing it. I'm doing it.
do
I'm
it.
doing it.
Everybody's gonna love this thing.
And I've got a feeling I know what you're going to be saying.
I know our
No, I
audience
didn't.
is gonna
I
love
did
what this
not
game
expect this. I saw someone say that's
I'm
terrible
waiting
on
for
the
it.
Switch. Are you playing it on? What are you playing it on?
is. Right now, I'm playing it on Steam. I'm playing it on Steam. Apparently, this thing has 500,000 copies sold. Read the title. Read
No,
the
because
title of this
it's
game.
scrolled past. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
You want me to-
seriously.
you know, can't rely on you. So it's Fantasy Life.
Yeah.
All right, Fantasy Life. The girl who stops time. Oh my god. The hell. Who steals time? Who stops time? That's not it.
I mean, stopping time
I've been
makes more
playing this
sense than
game. I don't even
stealing
know the
it.
time. Yeah, I mean, I thought I've been playing this game. I'm not even much in, but I feel the hook, guys. So this game on stream right now is once again another Animal Crossing clone, but it has combat and it has a open world, and it reminds me of Porsche, that game. Oh my god. It's from a developer. Oh, Team
Animal
17,
Crossing.
I forgot. Help me out.
No,
No.
I've got no idea what you're
God
talking
damn it.
about.
Ah.
Ah,
Anyways, you know what?
worms.
Forget it. We're gonna
Team
keep
17
it. We're
only
gonna
made
keep
worms.
It.
Nothing else.
No, Team 17 is a great publisher, but this
They
game
were.
is crack. This game is crack. Fantasy Life, the girl who steals time, is crack. Right now, I'm playing it by myself. I'm not even using. I'm not even playing with anyone else. Cleo's really interested in this. I'm very sure. I might pop in with her. I'm 30 minutes to an hour in, and it just hooks me. You cook, you fish, you fight dragons, you go in dungeons, you get all these rare things. You have mystical islands, random islands like Animal Crossing that has special materials to craft your stuff. It's just a good time. Nobody's gonna care about this game, but I want to put it in there just to fuck with all of you. Will you play this with me?
Fantasy Life
Asa?
I, the girl who steals time. Tell me when. I'm there.
It's out now. Let's do it.
No, but when are we playing it?
Let's just stop the stream and go play.
Yeah?
Let's just stop it right now and play it. You know, nothing's happening. There's no news out there. You just come on, man.
I mean,
look at this. Look,
I'm
you
looking
can't
at
stop
it.
this hype. 45,000 concurrent.
I'm not hyped.
You know, at the moment.
I'm not hyped.
Come on. You could ride ponies. You could ride sheep.
You
could fish.
can. You can fish.
You could find dragons.
You don't know me
Yeah, you
at
can
all.
fish. Yeah, no, it has like class systems that you could totally like. You could play it. Apparently, there's job class systems that you could play as a fisher, or you could play as like as a warrior, and you have your job system where you you could, I don't know, you could all be fishers in your little online multiplayer session where you and start your little fishing club and the cook and all that stuff, or you could play it as a fighter and go scavenge and be the one that kills the monsters and brings back their meat. Whatever you want. I need someone to be a fisher, so I need you, Asa. I need all the community out there to come help me with this game. I need a fisher, I need a tailor, I need a dragon slayer. Join me on this journey. Will you join me?
I will not. I was with you until you mentioned the fishing. And until I saw the trailer. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right. So I've been playing that. It was a shock. It was a shock to me how much I got hooked by it. I think a lot of it is just the nostalgia of how it looks. It just screams Animal Crossing, and I put it on the dock just as a joke, but I really did enjoy this with the limited time that I had with it. But I've been playing that at the moment, and obviously the main topic and the main game that I've been playing was Tainted Grail. So you could go Fall of Avalon. So you could go click that trailer and switch it up.
I can, can't I?
It's a new trailer. Yes, it is the launch trailer of the game, actually.
You are doing
all the
this
trailers
to
are
wind
correct.
me up.
Why?
I'm absolutely not playing that version of it. Fucking hell.
Why not?
Let me find it on a proper channel while you carry on with your wind up stuff.
What channel was it?
What channel was it indeed?
On?
Not one that I'm going to use. So, get it from the publisher themselves.
I just do it now to piss you off. So you're gonna find many trailers.
I'm always naturally pissed off. You do not need to put this effort in.
So yeah, this game is incredible. I replayed the demo, so it does carry your save over from if you played the demo or not on Steam. It's out now. 1.0, the 1.0 update is out right now. So I replayed the demo jail section. This game is just awesome gothic high fantasy Oblivion. And before, I think April 12th's version of Roundtable, I was talking about hopping in the demo and I was yelling about this game. Saitama and Eradication in our Discord have been brought it to my attention in the first place. I'm so happy that they did bring this to my attention because it truly is like a modern Oblivion, and I would compare it to how Oblivion Remake feels at the moment, but better. So without all the jank and without the Unreal 5 top layer, it runs well, it performs pretty well, it looks great, it has a very distinct kind of art style. Again, it's not fantasy or it's really gothic high fantasy. It's very Diablo-like in its presentation. And
yes, Diablo's back.
Gruesome and lovely. Diablo, god damn it, you fucking said it. Listen, you could say schedule, and I'll say Diablo. All right?
Deal.
Okay. We could but watching the trailer right now, you could double, you could be the magic is awesome. You could have both hands equipped with magic and stuff like that. I am not too far. Again, I just got off the boat and the first section. If you played the demo, you know where I am. It's really awesome. There's a slight dodge mechanic. There's a better feeling parry system, I feel, than any Bethesda fantasy RPG. That's a bold statement, but I mean, it's not hard to beat because they're really, really dated. It's just awesome. This game, I'm loving it. There's cool twists in the beginning. Again, the whole premise is about the Round Table and King Arthur, and the sword and that tale. And there's a unique twist to it, and I'm really heavily interested in it. And I think everybody in this channel that likes RPGs should check this game out, and that's I don't even think it's a full price game. And I usually don't. I'm not usually bullish like that, and tell people to go buy things. But this is one you shouldn't ignore, I think. And I'm pretty confident about it. Apparently, it started as a board game too. Like this thing was a board game, and then people were really interested in it, and they flipped it. Also, shout out to Saitama for shouting that out.
Yes, that's a cool little story, right? It started as a Kickstarter for a board game that had a goal of like $40,000 or something. It made 5 million on its stretch goal, so they started a video game series out of it as a stretch goal for their board game Kickstarter. They've made a game that Gamzly says is better than Oblivion.
No, I didn't say better.
Okay, you didn't strictly say that, but more modern, like a newer.
Yes, more like Oblivion and Skyrim have their. I think the systems are a little bit better as, like the random events and how events unfold, and just the sheer like the sheer pattern, the sheer size, right? This is a small studio, so they don't have the intricacies as Oblivion does, but where it matters, they do. Like the combat is very, like it's great. It's a modern version of it, and you could pick up literally almost everything like you could in Oblivion games. The quest lines, I'm not sure yet. I haven't touched many quest lines. I don't know how divergent those are, but systematically anyways. But as far as I can tell, I mean, everything that matters is great in this game comparatively.
Stephen Southwick, that's a good point. One of the reasons is that I never ask people to. He says, why does nobody hit the like button? Everyone's here because they like it, but people forget to click the thumbs up. I never ask people to do that, but if you are around and you want to hit the like button, please go ahead. Dave Mack, thanks for whatever you just did over on Twitch. You've subscribed for 14 months on Twitch, where I've got, I think it probably says I'm playing Elden Ring at the moment, or some other game, I don't know, but thank you Dave for that. And Gamzly, question for you.
Yeah.
On my not my backlog, but my recent suite of games that I need to play, I've got 3 high fantasies. Right? I've got this one, Tainted Grail. I've got Avowed, and I've got Dragon Age Veilguard, whatever it was called, that came out tail end of last year. Which should I play?
I'm gonna remove my bias because I still think that Obsidian are really, like, they talk to me the most, I think, out of every studio that makes RPGs. So I'm gonna try to remove my bias and the excellent combat and traversal that game has. And I'm gonna say Tainted Grail. Because I think it's just more.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta play it, as in play it first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, whichever one I dive into is going to be start to finish rather than dart between them.
Well, I don't think Tainted Grail, I don't know the numbers. Somebody might correct me in chat, but I don't think Tainted Grail is a 90-hour experience. I think it's a medium-sized game. So I think it's safe to jump in there and have some fun. But I could be completely wrong. I didn't check up the stats on that one. I didn't complete it either. Avowed is probably the shortest of those games. If you beeline it, it's really hard to beeline that game because the traversal and the exploration is very good. So you want to kind of veer off the path, and they're bite-sized side quests, so it's easy to get into in Avowed. So Avowed is probably the shortest of them all, but yeah, I'd still go Tainted Grail because it's really good. It deserves attention, to be honest. So I'm always gonna shout out those first.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore you and do Avowed first, I think.
Okay, well.
But I had to ask.
If I had a middle finger, you know what I mean?
To be fair, Avowed and Dragon Age, I've got both of those on subscription services, and Tainted Grail I don't own yet, so makes sense to do the ones that I've already got, really. Like, be a sensible grown up. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. Try some whiskey, buy Tainted Grail. Got it.
You do it. Yeah. Yep. First of all, calling out the chat. You know what? I hate you, General C. but I also love you. Thank you for that compliment and not compliment. I appreciate you, sir. I wish I read. Wish I could write that good. You know what I mean?
I wish you
But I
could
can't.
talk that good. Like,
But tune in.
what?
Listen, you shut. You shut up. But I'm to bring up something. I am increasing my writing skill by putting out like writing little reviews in my notebook more often, and also enhancing my writing skill with my ongoing D&D session with friends in Discord every second week, every Friday. So join that because I'm the dungeon master for half those games. We bounce between me and Jeremy and I, best friends for a very long time, and we have a mini campaign going for a long time now, and those are fun to write for and fun to listen to. So come join in the Discord and listen in or join. Maybe one day. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
All right. That's Tainted Grail.
that is Tainted Grail. It's definitely on the list. It's a long list, but that's quite high on it because it does look good. It does look good, and I am partial to the high fantasies, which is why I've got those on my list to get to. Next.
Yeah. As you're switching, as we're gonna switch topics before you do that, like it is like it's a gruesome game too. Like you see that immediately when you get out of the prison that you're in, and you're walking around like
No,
it's not very
it doesn't
big
start in
spoiler.
a
You see these
prison.
things.
Come on.
It starts in, but I told you that before. It's basically, it's always a prison, Asa. It's always a prison. Always. That's how you do it. But there's like a bunch of like this weird blood magic going on, and it's gruesome and lovely at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So very different vibe than some of the recent Bethesda stuff. Okay,
Excellent.
where are we going?
You're segueing it
the
to
narrative.
whatever you want, because I've been asleep for the week. I don't know what we're
I lost
doing.
the document.
You've lost the document.
I lost the document. Pete, help me. God damn it. You're not here.
Wait.
You don't have access. God damn it. Pete's not here.
Have you not got it?
Why am I calling out Pete? Yeah, I got it. I was joking. I just want to say Pete's name because I love Pete. Where is it? Did you delete everything?
I may have done. I may have cleaned it entirely. It's all right.
Oh my god, I hate you.
Sabotaging the show.
You got me. You just deleted the entire thing.
I got
okay,
us,
so
Gamzly.
yeah, I guess. So what I wanted to call out, Hellblade 2 Enhanced Edition just announced, I guess last week, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5, and obviously getting an enhanced kind of feel for everything else. There is a 60 FPS mode for consoles as well, not just the PS5 Pro, I believe.
Have they
that's
actually said what's in it then? I've not seen anything of this. I saw they announced it, and I saw the blog post that just said there's new features that are coming to other platforms as well, but I didn't see detail of what they are.
The blog, I checked. I gave you the trailer, unfortunately, but in the trailer, he was telling how there's some enhanced features. He didn't say what. It's in the blog post. It's dumb me. I didn't have the time to go read all of it, but the gist of it is that, the 60 FPS is going to be the standard and everything's cleaned up a little bit. All the bugs are gone, basic enhanced edition stuff. So that's good. That's good news, right? Especially for PlayStation 5 players and getting that game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a special game, right, Asa? We've Hellblade.
Yeah, no, I know. Obviously, it started as a PlayStation game, didn't it? The first one. So it's good that community, if they haven't got access to other platforms as well, then they get to continue that story as well. And I really like it. I was a big fan of it. I know you were as well, more so than me, I think. For me, it sits as a suite of games that, like I'm grateful exists because the industry doesn't necessarily support this kind of experience very well. So I'm grateful that Microsoft are throwing money in this direction and making games like this, like South of Midnight, like these things that wouldn't necessarily find a big audience in a saturated market if they were just being sold full price. And it's a prime example of one of those. So hopefully it gets some support on these other platforms as well. Gets a bit more success, lets Ninja Theory do what they do well and make some more stuff. Nothing bad to say about that, really.
No, nothing bad at all. I really loved this game. Again, I clicked with this one, I think, more than you, because I think I just connect with the message of this one a little bit more in the current stage of my life. So that's heavily emphasized for me. So I just fell in love with it, and I think there's potential for that, and I hope a lot of people connect with it as well. Senua in here is a badass, and everything is just enhanced, in my opinion, compared to the first one. Story aside, it's a great looking game. I mean, we've forgot about it, but it's one of the best looking games of the generation, right? Hard to argue about that. Since it's
what do you mean
true.
we forgot about it?
It's basic. A lot of people forgot about HELLBLADE 2 this year, or whenever it came out. Didn't we? Didn't we forget about it pretty quickly? I think we did.
Well, I mean, I'm still calling it Helldivers every now and again, so yeah, I'll give you that.
I guess. So yeah, Isla gave me a direct order to ask everybody to ask a ton of questions, because the list today before Summer Game Fest, obviously, it's very slow, right? Because Summer Game Fest is around the corner, as well as June Showcase for Xbox. So if you could just give us some questions and ask us what you're interested in, or bring up a topic that you're interested in, like Stefan did. What do you think about the Randy Pitchford stuff,
Stefan?
Asa?
Steven. What
Yes.
do I think about
I'm trying
the
to
Randy
be...
Pitchford stuff?
Is this Stefan in British, or...?
No, it's just Steven. I could be wrong. Maybe he's French, but...
All right. What do you think
what do I think of it? So what's he gone and done? He's gone and said to a fan who was asking... a fan that was pleading for Borderlands 4 to not be released for $80 for the new price point that the industry seems to be moving towards. And he said, one, it's not up to him. And two, if you're a real fan of the game, then you'll find a way to buy it for $80. It's not like well-polished PR speak, really. So people got mad. And I'm mixed on it. Like, Randy Pitchford is a controversial character in a way, and has various USB stick history around him that makes people kind of squirm in a way. But this particular statement, like,
Yes.
I don't necessarily need PR washed speech around everything. Like, it's not the correct corporate answer, but I'm also not that interested in the correct corporate answer. So what he's gone and said is going to turn people away. It's going to make less people buy the game. Like, even if it's only a handful, there's going to be people who take that and go, well, what an arrogant prick. That's the wrong way to behave. But I also don't need PR wash. So I don't know. Like, I won't buy it for $80. Borderlands doesn't have a hope. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's weird because it gets treated like, he seems to treat it like it's a real pristine top tier IP that everyone's going to fall over and spend any money for, and I don't see Borderlands that way. People are reasonably nostalgic about Borderlands 2. They enjoyed it. It was a bit funny, but it's not a GTA or something like that, is it? So
No, and it's crazy because we had Borderlands 4 on the topic list 2 episodes ago, I believe, and it really impressed me watching the trailer and the gunplay and the gameplay. And I said that episode, I was like, man, I'm surprised how much this... I didn't notice how big Borderlands was until I saw the numbers, and the numbers is around 20-ish million on 3 and 2, and at one point it was super large, and it's on a little bit of a downtrend when with the third one, I think. So he does have a big fan base, and I kind of understand what he was trying to say. Like a reasonable statement would be like, yeah, you know, this product is much larger, it's 2 times bigger than the third, and you know, we put a lot of care into it, and PR, and you know, Borderlands fans will find a way to get it, you know, day one. And I think it would have, if you would have just worded it a little bit more sanely, this wouldn't be news. And I wonder why he just went super aggressive. Like it sounds aggressive, right? Oh, well, you'll buy it, right? Kind of, you'll buy it because you're fans, right? And it's just like, that's not the way to...
confrontational and arrogant it comes across, you know? But...
Yeah. Yes, like me, all the time.
Well, it's been said,
but, yeah, it's a little arrogant and stupid when you're trying to sell a product, right? Yeah.
22. See, Drake's saying there that Borderlands 3 sold 22 million copies, which is a hell of a lot of copies, and I don't deny that they've had their success.
It's a ton.
Just don't see it as a powerhouse of an IP that you can charge $80 for. But we'll see. You know, maybe you can. Maybe you can. How did the movie do?
Yep. The movie? Oh, no, don't talk about the movie. I hate you. No, please. I don't want to know about it. I don't know. Once you have flops like that on top of it, you know, that didn't help your cause at all, and your last game didn't really push the needle forward for you, even if it was a spin-off. I believe it was Tiny Tina.
Oh, that, yeah.
Tiny Tina is like, yeah. And like Tales of the Borderland, it did do like well, but it didn't blow up the world. So like you're saturating your IP. Not only are you saturating it, it's not really helping it forward. It has a downtrend. You'd think you want to try to play it as perfect as possible, especially in an environment that it is right now. Gaming in general is not as top notch, I don't think, economically, as it was maybe when Borderlands 3 came out. Maybe when did Borderlands 3 come out?
Oh, I can't remember. A few years ago.
Do we know? I don't want to be bullish on that statement, but
I'm gonna go 3 years.
Was it in the pandemic? It was in the pandemic. So maybe, yeah, I don't want to chat. Tell me a date, because I don't want to screw with my internet right now because it's really messy at the moment. So let's say if it was out in the pandemic range, 2019, so it was before the pandemic. Interesting. That's a large number, man. I don't know.
It's a big number. It's got more fans than I realized. Maybe Randy's right.
Yeah, maybe Randy's right. Maybe he's right. But I get what he was saying, where, you know, big fan, like if you're a fan of something, like GTA, for instance, let's take that as an example. Like if you're a GTA fan and they come out with $120 edition, like day one fans, FOMO fans, like they're going to buy that game no matter how much, like gaming has been like that forever, right? You go for trade-ins and you soak up the hype and you buy it with your friends. Like fans will find a way to buy it. I get what he's saying, but it was very arrogant. So I'm not on the side of Randy on this one, of how he came out, but I could see what he was saying.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, that's Randy Pitchford. That's Borderlands. That's $80 games. And let's do what's next. What's next?
What is next? Well, if anything pops up in the chat, I'll be looking. Right now, I want to pop off to the next announcement, which is Stellar Blade on PC, and I actually bought it. I pre-ordered it. I haven't played it yet on PC, but I did dabble with it on PlayStation 5. So I bought it twice, which is crazy. I don't do that. And since we were on the Xbox Series podcast, I didn't get to talk about Stellar Blade that much. But Stellar Blade, I played a tiny bit of it, and I really did get soaked up in it. It was just that in the time I am like as a gamer I am now, which is very subscription heavy at the moment. Game Pass and PlayStation Plus have been pretty great across the board. So my new mindset of let's do this monthly. I'm not subbing for. I don't do a 1 year sub commitment. I'm monthly. So when I subscribe to one, I want to beat a game that I'm interested in, and if I don't beat a game before the time is up, I don't like. I don't know. It just doesn't. I'll buy something right after that. If there's nothing interesting lined up in the subscription service, but it's just constant interest from the ecosystem right now, like just constant. So it dragged my attention away from Stellar Blade. But I'm really interested, and so should some of the people here that like anime and like these style of Japanese kind of. I'm not gonna say Souls like, but
It's Korean though, right?
Action adventure. I mean, yeah, Korean. Sorry, Korean action game. It's pretty awesome. From what I've experienced. So I'm gonna hop back onto it as soon as Game Pass lets me go, and PlayStation Plus lets me go. Are you interested in Stellar Blade?
I definitely am. Like Craig says in the chat there, you're going to have all these new mods on PC, and the developer has actually come out specifically and said, yeah, they're all on board for people modding the game. So not like Capcom and Nintendo and whatever else who are like, please don't make our characters naked. These are like, we know you're going to make our characters naked. Have at it. And that's why I'm buying it. I pre-ordered it. No, that's not why I'm buying it. I'm not going to mod it like that. I played the demo on the PS5, not expecting very much, and actually really enjoyed the flow of combat in it. So that is the actual reason that yes, I will pick it up, because as the kind of Devil May Cry style slick, fast-paced action game go, it does it very well. I'm playing a lot of Elden Ring at the moment, and that kind of game with its more methodical, like very deliberate pacing in its combat, it's kind of ploddy, and it's very like you have to pick your moments to do anything. Stellar Blade leans the other way to be fast-paced in what you do. It's more twitch reactions to things, and I like that. Generally, stripping away the rest of what Elden Ring does really well, my preference combat-wise leans more towards what Stellar Blade does in fast games like that. So yeah, it's on the list. I will.
It's really tough in the market. It's really tough in the market at the moment in action adventure, Souls-like genre, surrounding that whole genre. I feel like action adventure is just blending into Souls games. Like they're all just some version of a Souls game now. Or heavily inspired. Which is nice that like we're getting Ninja Gaiden 4, because it's an actual, just old school action game. But yeah, it's really, there's a lot of competition in that sphere right now. Like Berserker, what is it called? Eradication's playing it, or played it and completed it.
The last Berserker, Kazan.
Yeah, that game is also very well done in that genre. I think they're spot on in the same kind of sphere. Skin
got stuff like Wu Chang as well. Like there's a lot of games chasing.
Yeah, it's coming, and that's on Game Pass too. So
yeah, Wu Chang is
on a sub service. But yeah, I hope I get to play it. I want to play Berserker. That's the nuts thing. There's so much games to play at the moment that I'm really struggling. But I'm also completing more games, weirdly enough, than I ever have, which is nice.
You know what I do enjoy about trailers like that PC Stellar Blade trailer is when they try and sell you like the multi-frame generation and stuff, and they try and show us side by side. This is the game running at 113 frames per second, and this is the game running at 4 million frames per second, and they try and portray it in a 60 frames per second trailer, and it's like this is the same. Just put a number on there. That's all you can do, but that's what's happening.
Goddamn marketing. It's all bullshit, I'm really interested to see what it actually looks like in 120 FPS or 80, even though I have 720p goggles with my I do enjoy a fluid experience as well. So I can't wait to play that on my. I don't have a huge rig with a big card right now, but my laptop plays that role at the moment until I switch it out for a bigger rig, or I could justify it. So yeah, I'm ready to play this game. A lot of people were waiting for this on PC apparently. So it's good that it's out.
Wait
All
a
right.
minute. Dave Mack. Fortunately, he said it on Twitch where no one can bear witness. He said Asa sucks at Elden Ring. And I've just read it out loud to everybody in the world. It's not. It's only. Is it true? It's probably true. But I enjoy it.
You
Dave
pretty
Mack,
much
that's
suck.
What counts.
You crash into walls in Forza all the time.
I crash into walls in Elden Ring. Like, how does that work?
You fall off walls in Elden Ring.
Fall off cliffs, crash into walls, both. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Dave Mack, you got a point.
Terrible. Oh my god. You know, we talked about Tainted Grail this whole time, and I forgot to mention all the cool ass features. I'll circle about somebody asked me about Tainted Grail features that I find interesting. Put that in the question box so I could answer it later, because there's still more to talk about that game. But yeah, falling off walls, not good, Asa. Not good at all.
Not good indeed. Did not work out for Humpty Dumpty whatsoever. But I can respawn, so I'm all right.
Or myself.
What's next?
Or my nose. Oh, you didn't delete the whole thing again. Okay, so I'm just gonna rapid fire these because it's like really simple news stuff, and then I want to talk about a bunch of Warhammer stuff that I find pretty interesting, with a bunch of new trailers out that are also pretty cool and new, not just old games. Okay, so I found it interesting that Nintendo Switch 2, we talked about Nintendo Switch a lot, and its features, but I wanted to point out that it is actually getting support, like really like real support for USB mice. I find that really awesome. So my Razer mouse is going to work on this thing that I use constantly, and I don't use wireless. So desktop mode for me, as you all know, is very important to me. I like desktop mode and removing the Joy-Cons and just playing it like that. So this is really great news for me because it's going to be obviously way more accurate than their Joy-Con mouse. And symbolically, I think it's really awesome because I think them pushing the mouse thing, like I've discussed before, is going to really push developers to include console mouse and keyboard devices for everybody. It's just going to make everything better for everybody if it's supported. Well, and who else is going to push that? Like Nintendo can, with 100-something million consoles and games being, made for it and supporting it. So I think it's really important for the mouse scene on consoles specifically after the release. I think it's going to push the needle, to be honest. I would love to have more mouse support in all the games, even though a bunch do have on Xbox and PlayStation. Not enough do. I want it all to be supported like a PC. So having mouse support is nice.
I hope there are some competitive games, or I hope there's a good separation in the competitive games, the ones that take themselves seriously, to keep the mice and the controllers apart.
The mouse?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but it's
I'm not
more
a
like
fan
RTS,
of,
right?
Well, it's fine for RTS
like
things.
Like RTS and 10X games and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the one that has made this a thing in the news is that Fortnite supports it, right? And some people take Fortnite seriously. Fortnite, I think, does have separation by input method, so it will be putting them against other mouse players, and that works okay. But I don't like it in things like Call of Duty, where that crossover is there, and they're just like, we'll just compensate with copious amounts of aim assist until it balances more or less right. And I find that detrimental on both sides, because I would much rather a developer making a game for a controller is targeting making the best feeling game that they can, rather than having to worry about whether it's competitive with a different input method or not. So I would like separation there, like hard separation, at least in the competitive modes. But that's just me, you know. It's Nintendo. It's not my go-to esports console, so whatever. Just make things work, and I'll play Splatoon. I'm gonna play Mario Kart with a mouse just to fuck with my own brain. Why not?
You know, fuck, that's terrible. No, but you know that separation exists in the PC space right now, and dominantly it's mouse and keyboard, right? But there is a lot of controller players still, and they find a way. I don't think it hurts. To be honest, I don't think it hurts that much, because if you care that much, you're gonna switch to the dominant thing and preference. So if you're super hardcore and you care about Fortnite wins, which is crazy, you're gonna start drifting to the mouse stuff, and having it there is just a better experience. Like it just is in multiple genres. Like I said, RTS and.
You give me Doom, and I don't want to play it with a controller. But at the same time, I do appreciate a game that feels right on a controller, and I would like those to just be played against other people that are on a controller, because sometimes it's nice to sit back on a couch and I'd rather
I see.
I'd rather it just be designed with that in mind, rather than designed to make sure that you can play against someone with a mouse. That's all.
Yeah, I get you. I just like it was more, I didn't even think about your angle, because it's true, competitive games are interesting to think about, but I was thinking more of pushing more of these RTS 4X games, like 10X games, and all these, like, you know, Civilization games that are terrible with controller, being supported by more developers on consoles and having mouse support and pushing mouse support and doing all that stuff. I think it's important for the later generations of console gamers, which I think we could both agree is very PC like, and maybe more competitive at some point. So that's my angle on that. But I'm glad Nintendo is kind of allowing that, which is weird that they're the ones pioneering optical mouse things in their controllers, which is wild. I would think the other two would have done it way quicker, but having it native there is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you manage to get hold of the Switch 2 yet?
No, I told you, Cleo and I are fucking going camping, Asa. We're going camping. We're sitting outside.
You might have had daily checks on your local buddy Amazon or whatever, I don't know. See if you can pick one up. But you're insistent on the going camping. You just want a camping trip with it. Fair.
I can't do it, dude. I signed up for Amazon as soon as I could, and I haven't gotten a single email, and it's like 13 days away, so I'm not getting that shit. I'm going straight outside with my camper hat and my mosquito vest, and just not gonna be mosquitoes. I'm going with my deodorant on and all that stuff.
What a treat!
I'm going.
Special occasion, cracking out the deodorant.
Hell yeah, and my little mini foldable stool chair that I'm gonna get yelled at to move
just
every 3 seconds by security. Hold on. That's what I'm sitting on. Yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but it's terrible. I'm literally crushing a box and Legos on it. Anyways, it's weird. Yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm going to camp outside and get it. Hopefully, I do, because I love it, and it's part of my love language with all my family to sit around and play some Switches. So, moving on. NIGHTREIN is around the corner.
Oh, yes, it bloody is. You're right. Go on then. NIGHTREIN.
Yeah, night. Yeah, don't fucking. How dare you? Don't gloss over NIGHTREIN. Speaking of Elden Ring, 5 minutes ago, segue. NIGHTREIN is imminent. It's coming in hot. And apparently, you can play offline and solo from start to finish. Apparently, that's going to be a thing. So people that are kind of iffy about the whole concept of NIGHTREIN and having a multiplayer Elden Ring, you can do it on your own offline. So that's good news. What do you think about it?
So I'm not convinced by NIGHTREIN at all, but I'm absolutely getting it. Well, only because the format of it, the little 30-40 minutes, whatever they are, roguelike expeditions, don't fit what Elden Ring is to me. And I already said earlier that like the combat of Elden Ring is not the reason that I like Elden Ring. It is the exploration of the world and all the rest of it. So the idea of it being, I've not played the betas and things that they did, but the concept of it being like you pick a pre-made class, go in co-op and blast through a procedurally generated perhaps, or maybe it's the same map, I don't know, just like blast through this 30-minute weird thing. I conceptually it just doesn't massively work for me, and yet it's got a big name behind it. It's an idea I'm kind of interested in. It's gonna have, like, if nothing else, it will have the kind of color palette that Elden Ring has. You'll get those landscapes even if you don't have a chance to stop and take them in properly in the way that you would on your own. And it's like 35 quid instead of 80, so it's got that going for it for sure. Plus loads of people around the community want to play it, and my biggest issue with it is that it doesn't support crossplay. So we've got people want it on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and we can't all play together unless we just buy 3 versions of the bloody game. So there we got your 90 quid back, eh?
It's pretty, but that's but you don't have to. You play by yourself. Haha. No, but for real, me neither. Even though it's getting a ton of good press at the moment, it's getting a ton of good previews. It looks fluid as hell. It looks very different from, the actual fluid, like the actual speed of the combat in Elden Ring. So it definitely looks intriguing. The concept is intriguing, but yeah, I would agree that it's weird not to include cross play with something so huge, and your audience is obviously split between it's not like there's a majority on one platform. It's not like there's 99% sales on PlayStation, for instance. It's very much split. There's a bunch of players on a bunch of platforms, and not to combine them seems pretty strange. Strange to me. I don't know. It's
awkward because it's just weird. Like, everyone that I've spoken to, and it is just like a small group of people that I've spoken to, but broadly people don't want to play this with randoms. Everyone that's heard give feedback on the beta was like, oh, it'll be way more fun when you play it with people that you know rather than randoms. And it just makes it more difficult to do that, not having crossplay, because people that you know in real life don't necessarily all have the same platform. So I'm a massive advocate and fan of games that just let you play with who you want to play with, despite what I said about mouse and controllers and wanting those to be hardline separated. Generally crossplay, give me it. Well, I did say just for competitive modes I want those separated, which was my acknowledgement that actually I do appreciate people want to play together and should be able to.
100%.
What platform do I buy it on? I don't know. Who am I going to disappoint most?
Yeah, fuck it. Obviously, for our community, PC probably the way to go, unless it's Craig who plays on
ruin the game 5. For some people. He knows not being able to play with me.
Discord can't. Discord is terrible on PlayStation, apparently. Yeah. NIGHTREIN. Yeah. That's NIGHTREIN. So you're gonna play it on PC, where everybody should. Got you.
Most likely. Most likely.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a prime candidate as a console game, though. I don't think the PC version is going to look better than the console versions, particularly. And I'm assuming, like Elden Ring, it's hard capped at 60 frames per second anyway. So any platform is probably a fine choice for it, except you're going to have to choose the one that your friends are playing on.
I agree. Unfortunately, splitting up a huge fan base for no reason just doesn't bode well to me. To answer a question in chat, apparently there's no cross play as of when we know about it. Maybe there is, and Asa's wrong, and then we should shoot tomatoes at him. Or tomatoes, whatever you want to say.
I did extensive research, which is to say...
Extensive?
Extensive. I didn't even, I can't remember. I may have Googled it. I might not even have done that. I might have just trusted someone in Discord.
You know what? That's even terrible. There's no searching in search engines right now, just terrible with the AI summaries. Speaking of AI summaries,
You speak on AI
Fortnite
summaries.
put in a
I'm
Darth
asking
Vader.
malfunctioning Eddie if he knows. Give me a second. You carry
No,
on.
don't do
Fortnite
that.
what?
I fucking hate Eddie. Speaking of AI assistants, Fortnite has a Vadar AI that's really racist and going around slandering people,
Yes.
and I find it fucking hilarious. Not the racist stuff, but I find it completely bonkers that we. But this is what we were talking about when we were when AI first was being discussed in video games. I was saying how I want to see NPCs and companions use this thing to brighten up whatever you're doing, and seeing the bonkers stuff being said by these bots just maybe takes a step back from me. Like I have 1 foot out now of the AI companion bucket list. But I still find it hilarious, and I think it adds a lot still. Some of these clips are hilarious and unreplicable. In a lot of instances, and I'm glad it exists in
As
some
a
way.
concept, and to prove the potential, it's a really neat idea to have NPCs that can respond more intelligently to what you say, have more natural conversations with them. I think there's a big future for that, but it can't tell you to kill yourself and start ranking races by superiority and these kind of things that are like, wow, you did zero checks and balances, zero parameters on what it could or could not say, apparently, because
nothing.
What?
Nothing. No boundaries.
And it's Fortnite of all the places to put it, like of all the audiences to stick
Your
that thing in
kids are
front
playing.
of.
Yeah. Star Wars. On top of it, it's Star Wars. It's Darth Vader with his voice.
So they can say,
going
at least he's a
around,
bad guy.
telling people to jump off cliffs.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. Jesus.
Yeah.
They didn't. At least you didn't take it literal, and you were falling off Elden Ring mountains and cliffs. But it's not good to tell people to do that. But yeah, that was a story that was bonkers. Attached to that story, there's obviously a lot of people really unhappy about Darth Vader's. I mean, what's his name? Earl Jones' his voice being used with it, which is hilarious because I'm pretty sure he. Yes, exactly. Which is I find hilarious because he sold his voice, right? He consented on it. Yeah. So that was a caboozle, or whatever. That was fun, and all I have to say about that. Do you want to jump into some Warhammer stuff, audience?
So long as there are no more caboozles. Can't handle another caboozle.
Kaboom booms. I don't know. Unless the audience wants to tell us to stay on it, we're going to move to Warhammer.
The audience have asked us to move on to Warhammer. Thank you, audience.
Perfect. Thank you, people, spectators, lovers, friends, best friends, snails. I don't know. Whatever you identify with. This one. Play that one. I highlighted it.
Not Stop looking at the document. Come on now. Just
Stop getting drunk. You have a job to do. Nope. Put the trailer on, and we're going to watch this together. This one.
I don't know.
Here.
You haven't got one highlighted.
This one.
It's already. They're all turquoise, Gamzly. They're all turquoise. The first one.
This one.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
This one. I'm spamming. I forgot what this one was.
It might not be the one you're spamming. We've got the Total War 3 one. Total War, Warhammer 3, Tides of Torment,
now,
teaser trailer.
This is cool. So, Warhammer's been on a really big kick lately, and the publisher, Sega's been just pumping out a bunch of this. I think they're, I think who else is collaborating with them? I think they're tied to not Tencent. What's the other one?
What?
Oh my god. There's a big corporation. Not Tencent. The one that gobbles up a bunch of studios and they're dying
Embracer.
now. Embracer. I thought some of the IP was Embracer IP, but I guess not. It looks like it's all... I'm wrong. Okay. Sega.
Boozle.
This game looks awesome. That game looked awesome. It's a RPG kind of like Baldur's Gate, but Warhammer series. Tactical combat.
Me. You've tricked me. I did the Total War trailer, which is not like Diablo.
Oh, was that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a Total War trailer. I'm dumb. I was watching it.
Yeah.
Turns out I was watching it.
Wow.
Total War,
indeed.
yes.
I told you I didn't want any more caboozles.
I got camboozled, double camboozled.
Camboozled.
Listen, I'm tired, all right? I'm too hyper. I get all crazy. Yes, so that was the Total War Warhammer 3. So Total War series is on fire with Warhammer. Warhammer is probably the best Total War has been ever. In my honest opinion, I played 1 and I think the last time I dropped off of 2 was I was about 70% in. I believe Total War Warhammer was on Game Pass as well. I think that's where I played the second one. Yeah, so I love that series, and they've done really well with Warhammer for this genre and for this series. So check that one out. What do you think? You're gonna play this, or? So
I know that the like the Total War kind of inner circle community have had ups and downs with Warhammer 3 in terms of particularly around the some price changes and some content for packs that they released for the game along the way. I played it a little bit because I'm really massively interested, partly in the Total War games and partly in the Warhammer universe, and the blending of the two is perfect for me. Like, it's a really, really appealing game, but it's also quite confusing and quite hard to get into, and quite long and drawn out. So I didn't get the many hours that I needed just to get a basic understanding of what it wants me to do as I approach different scenarios and encounters, let alone understanding the Warhammer lore and all the rest of it. But
yeah, that's the problem with these types of games, right? Is that not only are the systems very complex in the gameplay, but if you add a world that's also crazy complex, it just kind of is really harsh on newcomers. And I feel like Warhammer has that in almost every genre it's in. But yeah,
like the Warhammer 3 one being a Total War game is like the 800th Total War game and the 8 millionth piece of Warhammer content. So they've delivered it for people that have played 100 Total War games before, as well as trying to cater for the new people. But even just going through the tutorial was like, wow, there's so much layered on to just the simple. I've approached an enemy encampment, and I don't know. Do I want to surround them and wait it out? Is that good? That sounds boring. I'm going to go in and fight. Oh, I died.
Yeah,
so there's just a lot going on.
Yeah, for people that love those games, though, they go really hard on them, and I'm really happy for those people, because it's a great time to be a Warhammer fan, to be honest, and a Total War fan. I think they lend well. Have anything else to say on this one? We could jump on to the next one I find interesting.
It's still on my list as an appealing game that I want to play, but I probably never will get around to it because I haven't in the last 10 years that I've been intending to. So next.
Yeah. Oh, I like everything. Brotato you should put on the top of the list. Let's go. Oh my god, Total Warhammer Brotato. That would be amazing. Let's go with Space Marine Crafted Edition next. Before we go to the BoltGun one. So this one has controversy surrounding it, but I don't care about it. This has a Xbox PC version coming out, and this one will be on Game Pass, which is nice. It seems like Sega is really cozying up. Cozying up to Microsoft a lot more in the recent years, especially with Metaphor coming out as well in Game Pass pretty soon as a big title for that launch. Not launch, but you know what I mean. Partnership. This is awesome because I was gonna rebuy this game and just to experience it, and they just came out with this, and I was like, wow, it must be a super Gamzly year because I want to play this, and my brothers want to play it, and we played Warhammer, the second Space Marines together co-op. So I'm really interested in this. You, I believe, played co-op on your live streams.
Yes, indeed. Went through that
Space
with
Marine 2.
Dodge, Space Marine 2, all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Space Marine 2. I've never played the first one. It's like this trailer's slightly underwhelming, I'll be honest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like
Wow.
it's very much the original game in 4K, and it says new models and stuff. And it's like, why didn't you use the ones from the second game? They look much better. It's probably still like it's a beloved game, and that's why it got a sequel so much later on. So I probably will give it a go at some point, but I don't know. It looks a little bit goofy to me. The orcs look goofy.
Oh yeah.
Main character looks goofy. It looks goofy.
I agree. Coming from like 2, right? You kind of get this feeling of like, oh, maybe this should be upgraded with recent engine stuff instead of touched up, because it really is. That's all it is, right? It's touched up. It's the same engine, right? Older engine, and they just touched up a few things. It's not Oblivionified, right? So I agree. It looks a little bit weird and wonky, but it's going to be the best way to experience this version or this game. So I'm excited to play it through.
Indeed.
Okay.
I'm probably
Anything else on that?
Well, only there probably is a PlayStation version of it, right? Like it's probably just a weird marketing agreement.
You'd want to think so.
Stopped them mentioning it.
Yeah,
because it was a PlayStation 3 game, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. I think on all platforms, there's always been like this weird, because where do I start? Warhammer has predominantly been PC centric for a extremely long time, and their publisher has been very cozy with Xbox and Microsoft for a very, very, very long time. And I think, I don't know when I read this, but a while back, like they've made another part, like they partnered in a big way, and you see that with Warhammer titles coming to Game Pass, like Vermintide, I think, or something.
Yeah,
Rogue Trader, which Rogue Trader, which I freaking loved Rogue Trader. So I think this is just I think it's just circumstance, right? They're like, I guess architecturally we're building for these two platforms, and it's going well, and we're a smaller team, and I guess that's what they're doing, right?
Or maybe they just don't expect, because it looks goofy, they don't think people will spend money on it. I don't know. Maybe there isn't a PlayStation version.
Yeah, I think it's just a circumstantial thing. I don't think there was any malice in this move, and I really highly doubt Xbox paid to have exclusivity on this thing. Like, I really highly doubt it, but maybe, who knows? But that's not the conversation anymore, because we all know they're third party. So yeah, their strategy has shifted to Game Pass deals. So I guess moving forward, the Game Pass deal will, if you publish something, it's going to go on Game Pass, and that's their, like, end up, if you would say, or help fund something. Okay. Anything else?
Okay. No. BoltGun 2.
All right. BoltGun 2 is awesome. I also talked about this when it came to Game Pass. BoltGun is Doom, old Doom. Old school Doom in the... Yeah, spritey Doom, really fun looking, great to play, plays as you would expect it to play. Just awesome. Looks great. Getting a sequel for a reason. It was successful. Are you interested?
Yeah, I've not played the first one yet, but I am interested in the first one, so I am by default also interested in the second one.
Price, it's timeless, right? I mean, the art is pretty easy to get into, even older. It looks old, but it's the same. It's almost the same art. So
I'm not like, I'm never enamored by the pixel art sprite based things that so many games do. Like, that's not a selling point for me. The selling point is the fact that it's supposed to be pretty slick and smooth to play. So I'm interested for that reason.
Slick. Yeah, very fluid. So that's very slick. Don't.
Very slick.
Drink your wine.
Cleo's right. We should have music.
Go. Shout out to Cleo. Hey, she's talking. She's helping out. She's God bless her. I love you, Cleo. Now let's go to siege mode. Siege mode. Yeah, Space Marine 2 siege mode. So apparently, Space Marine 2 is getting this kind of horde mode. I'm really interested in this one because the whole fun of Space Marine is hordes of enemies, right? And it just makes sense. And siege mode seems correct for this style of game, don't you think?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah. Next. I'm not generally a massive horde mode fan. I like the pioneer of it for me, like Gears of War, has good horde modes with reasonable progression systems, and I can spend a bit of time in Gears of War's horde mode, but typically I'll avoid them. Like you say, it does hordes of enemies really well when you play through the campaign, and if you're talking sheer numbers and the whole being overwhelmed by enemies and all the rest of it, and it has a pretty satisfying combat loop, but not I want to get lost in repetition combat loop, if that makes sense. Like it's good through the campaign, but I don't want to horde mode it. I'm more interested in the apparently they very recently introduced the proper ease of use for the competitive stuff in it. So the PvP modes that you can do, rather than being locked away in like the lobby of the campaign, you can do custom lobbies, get in with your friends and play around with that. I don't know how good that is because it was too convoluted for me before, and now they've made it more accessible. So we'll probably get some of that in a community game soon to see how it stacks up fighting other players with those movesets. Might be, or it might be awful. We won't know until we try it.
Oh, I mean, you're always awful. So I mean,
no, the game, Gamzly. I am always awful. That's fair.
I said yoinks instead of zoinks. God damn it. Anyway, I don't know what I'm yoinking, but something like that. So that's siege mode. I'm excited. Not much to say more. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hey, you're
allowed to be. That's fine.
Just click this one.
So I'll play it with you.
This one's fun.
We're gonna play siege mode together.
Yeah.
Why are you clicking the Dawn of War definitive?
Dark Heresy.
Click louder, please. Dark Heresy. What's that?
Rogue Trader H1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, Dark Heresy looks really awesome. This is, I believe, the same team responsible for Rogue Trader. It's their next game, I think.
Yes.
It is really good looking, and this team really did well with Rogue Trader, so I'm looking forward to what they're gonna do with this one and how they're gonna progress through this storyline. This is the Baldur's Gate of this universe. So I'm really excited, and they voice cast. They have a ton of writing in these things. Lore people would go crazy if you're into it. There's a ton of dialogue and very good voice acting. And yeah, tactical combat, turn-based combat, it seems. So if you like that stuff, this is probably up your alley. And Rogue Trader, if you want to get a feel for this type of game, is on Game Pass, I believe. So what do you think about this thing?
So I haven't
at the moment, even though they're not showing a ton of gameplay.
Well, they showed a little bit. I mean, saying that it's Baldur's Gate 3 in this universe is a bold claim because it's quite a short development stretch since Rogue Trader, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry,
I'm comparing Rogue Trader more than.
Yeah. Or like, as a universe, it's got so much depth to it that I find it difficult to get into because I know that if I do get into it, there's too much. Like if they are telling a compelling story there,
what will help you?
Yeah.
What will help you? Have you jumped into Rogue Trader at all?
Not yet.
It scared you off, huh?
No, it's more. That's just been a time thing, right? Because I quite like tactics games. Because Rogue Trader falls into a kind of tactics turn-based thing, right?
Yeah, there's a XCOM actually, XCOM replica one coming up in the list, but Rogue Trader, it does this thing where, keywords, encyclopedia style, like these little notes that games are doing now, Final Fantasy 16 style, all that stuff. Rogue Trader does a very comprehensive, well done version of that, where they'll say, I don't know, this guild, and then you just like hover over and it's very short descriptions, and they do a really good job in telling you what these things are, and it's really awesome. I think you could get into it.
I am
Rogue Trader's
overwhelmed
really
by
well
this.
done.
I can feel the sweats coming on.
From this game specifically, Heresey or Rogue Trader?
Yeah, all of it, all of it. The terminology, the glossary, whatever you just described there, like, oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, I guess for you, if you would just put down the wine, use your
Literally
eyeballs and go
have
boop,
put
boop,
it
boop,
down.
scan the page. I know. I saw you put it down. You should drink more, in my opinion. Always drink. Drinking is the way. Cucumber, gin, little bit of bitters.
What is
Perfect.
bitters?
It's just what's in tonic, but not disgusting and over sugary.
Tonic doesn't have sugar.
It's what makes it bitter. It's what tonics. I mean, yeah. I mean, some do, some don't. You don't have tonics with sugar?
No. But anyway,
Tonics?
what's next?
We have tonics with sugar in them. I don't know.
There
There's
might
many
exist. I've
tonics
never
in
seen
the
such a
world.
thing, but
Whatever. It's what gives the bitter stuff. It's all the fruity bitter stuff. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to the next one that's not so overwhelming, I think. And then we could actually go to the community questions, because a bunch of questions, because there's a bunch stacking up.
You're too late. I'm doing the Speed Freaks.
This one's actually fun. Yeah, let's do that one. I was just gonna post it. Let's do that one, because I find there's only 2 left. We could get past.
No,
them
we
both,
don't want to.
so-
This is enough.
This
I'm
one-
Warhammered out already. We're gonna do the Speed Freaks.
How dare you? Mechanicus is
Fine.
XCOM.
Fine, we'll do that as well.
But yeah, go. Okay, let's go. Let's go do the thing. I've lost YouTube. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. What are we
Panic. You're
watching?
okay. You're still alive.
Here we go. So yeah, this looks awesome. This looks like was it the PlayStation game that you blow each other up? What was
Twisted
that
Metal.
called? Gran Turismo. Twisted Metal. There you go. This looks like a Twisted Metal Warhammer game. It looks bonkers. Look at this. It looks awesome. And apparently it's been in some sort of early access somewhere. I think Steam. And this is being released soon, and it looks awesome to me. I'm super down for this stuff. How about you? How you like the look?
I'm
of this
smelling
game?
community games. That looks fun. It's it mentioned there in the trailer that it's version 1 that's coming soon, implying that it has been available to play, but version 1 includes like player hosted games and things, so you can be more specific, which is exactly what I need for community games.
Yeah,
So
well, there you
crack
go.
on a game of that, as long as
Isn't
it's
that
not like
fun?
70, 80 quid or whatever, you know.
I think it's 39 or 49 Canadian, so not much for you guys. I think it's the right price.
It has piqued
Could be
my
speaking
interest.
wrong. Yeah. So everybody should watch that again, because it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun and bonkers trailer. To verbalize it a little bit more clearly for people that can't watch that, it's just a like a, can we say a kart racer? What do you call these?
It's definitely a
these
kart
genre?
racer. Like it's
like
it's a more grimy
destruction.
aesthetic kart racer.
Yeah, and you just blow each other up. It doesn't have like a speed track. It's more open, I guess.
It looked like it had races as well. But
So yeah, really fun looking. And the last one before community questions is Mechanicus. This game is the XCOM variant of Warhammer. I know we are Warhammered out, but this one looks awesome too, and it's one of their premier studios, so you could probably expect a, well-balanced game out of this Warhammer XCOM. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you into this tactical combat?
Yes.
Style?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Will I play this one?
Perfect.
I don't know, because I haven't played XCOM 2
Look how
properly yet.
cool, though.
I haven't finished
cool.
Gears Tactics yet. But yeah, no,
Look
I
at
am quite
this.
into it. And this looks like a nice one. So,
it's so funny because, like many people probably listening, Warhammer slipped under all of our kind of radars. I'm sure I'm trying not to speak for everybody, but definitely was under my radar even though I knew about it very heavily. It was just super, it's hard to get into, so it kind of always gave me a second guess. Like I second guessed my choice to buy one of these games. But if you're a Warhammer fan and you're just getting into this universe, and maybe you want to get into this universe, you have a bunch of freaking games to last you. I mean, probably a whole year at this point with all these announcements, because this looks really good. Like a lot of them look really good.
What about
a
crossover Last Berserker event in Warhammer?
Are you poking me?
No, I'm asking seriously, because I was just going to say, like, my thing with Warhammer, the reason that it looks interesting to me is it's one of these really well-established IPs, and my hope from the outside, my assumption from the outside, is that it is a well-told and cohesive universe, the kind of thing that I like to see protected from crossover events. When I was talking about Diablo, I don't like crossover events in games that take themselves seriously, and I think just by virtue of the fandom, I'm assuming that it takes itself seriously and actually is a pretty damn interesting, deep, cohesive world to get into. And if it does one of those things, if it would not suit a Final Fantasy crossover event, I'd probably love it. It calls to me because it takes itself seriously. But that's don't hate me. I'm really nice on Tuesdays.
Are you? You know what? I'm not against it. I actually agree. I mean, I'm not against it. I would totally. I don't mind. I don't mind collaborations in general. I think they're really cool. Do I think Destiny collaborating with Star Wars is a little nuts? Yeah. Do I find it cool as hell? Also, yeah. So if it makes sense and if it blends, why not? Luke went on vacation, got bit by a snake, and he won't be back. No, I'm kidding. I don't. I made that up. I don't know where Luke is, but we love him, and he'll be on at some point. So yeah,
he's not going anywhere. He did tell me what he's doing. I've clean forgotten. Luke's not here today, but he'll be back next week, as far as I'm aware. He's just busy.
He got bit by a snake, didn't he? That's the
at least 6 times.
He got alcohol poisoning of some sort, drinking too much.
Yes, we'll go with that.
We're just gonna make it up.
I wouldn't. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, I know that's. He's gonna come after us for what is it called? Messing up his name. What is that charge? Anyways, whatever. Moving on. Yeah, collaborating is good. If you're a Warhammer fan, you probably have too much to play at this moment, and if not, good luck getting into it. Yeah, I guess that's the gist of it. We can move on to our community questions.
We already have.
So
the
much.
First one is in. It's from Pete, and he's asked, since the early days of gaming, nearly all genres have been present in one way or another. Wait a minute. Is there a game style or type that you feel has yet to be tapped? I am not creative enough to come up with an untapped genre of game. Gamzly.
Untapped, though, could mean...
Invent a new
untapped
colour.
could mean a lot. Just...
Genre of game. A new genre of game.
Purple, green. What? It exists somewhere. Genre of game. We can't create a genre of game. My goodness. I want to see. I want to see brawlers get more love. I want to see brawlers get more love, like Super Smash, like more of those. When PlayStation, because the ones that are really prominent right now, and they have given it a shot with other big companies like the
Nickelodeon All Stars and whatever it is,
WB,
the Warner Brothers
yeah, exactly.
one,
All of that,
Multiverses.
exactly. All of those, they have tried, right? And I get it, but none of them really take off to really make an impact with new ideas. And PlayStation All Stars, I guess, tried to do something new with the formula and didn't work. But I really enjoyed that game a lot. I think out of all the PlayStation IP, I miss that one very heavily because I do think they had something there. So I want to see something new and fresh be used in the brawling Super Smash genre.
So I don't think we've perfected survival games or extraction games yet. Those are two like emergent genres. I think
Raiders is gonna be good.
Well, it might be all that people say that it is. Survival games, there's been some huge ones as well. There's been some hugely popular, like Ark was and still is hugely popular. Power World, hugely popular. There are big survival games, but there are none that really like have that polish that I'm after, that streamlining that I'm after. So I think that's one that is yet to fully explode and will do at some point. And I would like to see some kind of Japanese role-playing game. I think that will be a fun genre. I don't know. I can't invent a genre, Pete. Hopefully. If you've got any ideas.
Well, the J RPG from, Expedition 33. Have you played that yet?
No, Gamzly. I'm waiting for my connection so I can stream it properly.
Come on, man. Jesus, God.
Speak to the engineer that didn't turn up. Have a go at me. It's not my fault. I waited. They were supposed to be here at 9 o'clock on Thursday. Gamzly. They didn't turn up.
It's not my fault. Don't look at me.
Sorry, I got a lot of pent up aggression and rage. They should have been here.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
Connor, the General C has asked, chicken or beef?
Chicken or beef? Oof. That hurts.
You went dog.
Oof.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a woof. Okay, fine.
I would go beef. I'm doing beef.
Yeah, I mean, beef's more interesting. Chicken goes in more things, and is all wholesome and healthy like. So, yep, I'll take a bit of both. Thank you very much.
Chicken goes in more things.
Chicken, because it doesn't really taste of anything, you can stick it anywhere and it will take on the properties of whatever dish you put it in, right? And if you've got someone who's not necessarily so good at cooking, then chicken's easier. I'm that someone. I'm not very good at cooking. No, I cook a lot more beef actually, but beef tastes and chicken doesn't, so beef wins.
All right. You know what? I'm not gonna argue. Yes.
How much wood could a woodchuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah, I'm not saying that shit. Probably
6.
Not enough.
I'm not sure that question's supposed to have an answer.
That's not enough. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we got for that one.
Was that actually a thing?
Yeah,
okay.
That was the General C again. No, it's not me. I'm
guys.
not asking you that. Just leave you stumped.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Pete has asked, games come and go. Some might be eternal. Are there games that you have never been able to fully let go of?
Like in terms of like you keep coming back to,
or they keep getting content or whatever you want. Everything.
Okay. I find myself thinking a lot about World of Warcraft. And those times and those days. But I find myself going back to League of Legends the most out of everything. And the single player one would be Zelda Ocarina of Time. I fucking completely adore that game with all my soul. and
Yeah.
I played it multiple versions, and every console that has it, I've played it. So yeah, all through the
Wixby is a name I haven't seen before. I said the Mass Effect series. Episode 13 has got EAFC. He's even rebranded away from FIFA. He's on EAFC because he likes football. For me, World of Warcraft, I go back to at least twice a year, get as far as launching the game. It blasts the storefront in my face and I uninstall it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I want Blizzard to
I did
know
that
this.
recently.
Like, it's so tempting to, like, I like the game in some degrees. I've got characters I've put thousands of hours into and I want to play as them. And I launch the game and it just blasts like, oh, we've got a special offer. It's only going to be 40 quid if you want to move your characters to a different server. Fuck off.
I fucking hate it, man. Yeah.
Buy this stupid goofy mount and a new hat. No, leave me alone. But Rocket League,
it got
I'll always
so
go back to Rocket
busy.
League.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, sorry, you could continue with your Rocket League. World of Warcraft, like it's so busy and not as busy as before, all at the same time. Meaning, like the UI is a little bit cleaner, only because you have less like they try to push less spells on you, so you're not having too much spells on the screen at all times. But more busy in the way of like monetization, and it really hurts the whole experience. And it's always in your face every single fucking second. Yeah, Rocket League. It's true. You play too much Rocket League. I
don't play it that much, but in terms of a game I can always go back to because it retains its quality. It doesn't really matter how much you play it, when you play it, all the rest of it. It's always going to feel right to play Rocket League in the way that Quake 3 was as well, but that's harder to play now. But Rocket League is just going to stick around for as long as they let it stick around, and feel good to play. I'll also, through my life, like at some point before I die, I'm going to play Shining Force 3 repeatedly, Final Fantasy 7 I'm likely to revisit. Just classic ones from my childhood that are there in a bubble, in stasis. They will remain completely unchanged.
You want to play?
I'm not ready for more Rebirth, but I'll revisit it at some point before the third one comes out, probably. Skyrim VR, Steven Southwick, I will still die within, like, I will die in Skyrim VR. I've said that before, and I maintain that's likely, especially with the way that everybody's kind of abandoned VR games now. Skyrim VR will probably remain the pinnacle, and yes, that is where I will die.
Forgot that you love Skyrim VR. You love that game. That's nice. I feel good for you, but I don't feel good. I don't feel anything. Rocket League is going to be ditched for rematch. We all know that.
It's really
Rematch
not.
Is better. All your choices suck. Moving on.
100% rematch, flash in the pan. It'll get a big 6 months. It will retain an audience, but it will fall below Rocket League.
You're so wrong.
Better.
It's going to be so huge. It's going to be gigantic.
At launch, it will be. I don't deny it will be at launch. But you'll learn.
It's going to be bigger than Rocket League.
At launch, yeah. Not forever. I'm a gatekeeper, says Tony.
Next.
You can play Skyrim however you want on your silly letterbox screen. No problem. I'm not stopping you. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway. What's next? Next question is your purchases. This is from Pete again. The most expensive game that you hated and the cheapest game that you loved. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's tricky. I almost always feel burnt.
Oh, man.
Like, when I bought a full price game and really didn't like it, people aren't going to like this answer. And it's not true anymore, but at the time, Bloodborne. I was not attuned.
You psychopath.
I was not attuned to a FromSoft game. And I bought Bloodborne day one, full price. I got nowhere with it. It didn't gel at all. I was like, oh, this is not my game. And actually...
I can get you.
You can get me killed for saying that, probably. Yeah.
I can kind of understand it. You know, it's crazy. We have almost a similar answer. I at the time of Demon Souls coming to PlayStation exclusively, I remember picking that up with my cousin and my brother, and they were having a blast with it, and I just couldn't get it. I didn't understand it. I hated it. Not because it was super hard. It's just that at the time, the controls just messed with me too much, and there was no real way to remap. Because in the time of PS3, I think, was it PS3, Asa? Yeah. In the time of PS3, the remapping schemes for these consoles weren't very intuitive, weren't great, and they weren't available for everything, right? So the scheme of the controller and the mapping of it, when it first came out, just baffled me, and I couldn't get into it, for reasons obvious. So yeah, that I would actually put Demon Souls for me. So we're not too far off because that game is loved as well, especially the remake.
I will say,
but Bloodborne is crazy.
I'd probably like Bloodborne to go back to now that I have played other games and kind of got a gist of what they're all about. But at that point in time, I was like, why are these guys just shooting me? This isn't fun. I didn't have any grasp of what a From Software game was. So yeah, and now I've been patiently waiting for that.
And
the PlayStation 4 Pro, the 60 frames update. Patiently waiting for it, so that I can give it another go. The cheapest game that I've loved. I mean, Rocket League's free now. I didn't get it when it was free, but I do love it. There's been a bunch of stuff that I would have picked up cheap and loved because that used to be. There was a time before I'd put any research into games at all, and I'd just go in the shop and go, "Oh, that looks good." No, not Minecraft for me. I'm not. No. I've never adored Minecraft. I know some people have put like 1 million hours into it, but
that's crazy.
It's not mine.
That's rough. So what is it like?
No, not done Bejeweled. No.
That would be expensive, right? Like Bejeweled. I'm gonna say Terraria for me.
Oh, my oldest lad
fucking
puts
loved it.
Millions of hours into that. He loves Terraria, all modded and all the rest of it. He's always in that.
Really loved that game, so I'm gonna pick Terraria for that because it's the only one that jumped out for me at the moment. There's many of them actually. Hollow Knight. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, don't take these answers as like even slightly thought about, right? The question came up and it was the first thing that came to my head. So really, if I put some time into it, I'm sure I could think of some other examples. The pricing thing is also confused by the fact that for the last several years, which is all I can remember, I can only remember a couple of days past, most things that I play are on subscription services, which skews the whole, skews the idea of what's expensive and what isn't. But
I agree, because in that case, it would be Doom: The Dark Ages and recency bias, because I freaking love that game. It's super cheap.
Normally, when someone asks me about any kind of your favorite game, I can usually only remember 1, maybe 2 days into the past, which limits my selections greatly. But
Chrono Trigger, no, that was good.
Oh yeah, that was quite recent. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Next one is up. It's from Isla. Have you ever been stuck and eventually overcome a level or a part of the game? As long as she was stuck on the Worms level that she beat today. So Isla was stuck on a Worms level for 14 years. She played it every day. Every day for 14 years. And she beat it in the car today. So it was a moment. It was a big moment.
Worms...
Not literally 14
Team
years,
17
a long time.
Worms.
Team 17, Worms, WMD Worms. On the Switch.
I didn't know you guys were such fans of Worms.
No, I'm not.
I didn't know. That is such a good, pleasant surprise. Well, Isla's amazing, okay? I'm talking to Isla, okay? So just to subtract yourself.
Isla's not you guys.
You're amazing. Worms is amazing. I mean... Okay.
She's not plural.
You got me.
For a start.
I can't get out of that one.
Have you ever had
There's no good way to get out of that one.
The actual question, have you ever had something that you've been stuck on for freaking ages and eventually you figured it out and got through?
Oh, shit. There is a bunch. There's that fish level in Ocarina of Time. I fucking hated that fish. You know which one I'm talking about? You get
No, I've
into
not
the
played Ocarina of Time.
gut of the fish.
I've actually played it twice. I didn't like it either time. One of the times was like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and the other time was when it came out.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm
and
done.
I think when it came out, I would have liked it if I had been able to see through it looking like Mario 64, which I hated.
I can't with this. What am I doing? What am I doing here? What am I doing? Anyways, if you understood Ocarina of Time, you understand the fish level. Basically, you get swallowed by this big ass fish, and you gotta get out of it.
Oh, now I can't bloody play it.
Awful.
Spoilers! I just told you I've not got that far
It's
yet.
just awful. Awful level. It's probably the most hated besides the water temples, one of the water temple things.
Oh, tough.
Yeah, I was stuck on that fish for a long time. What did you say?
No, I'm not reading that out.
No, please read it.
No, you're right. So I've never been stuck on a game, so I can't really answer that. There was this one time on Elden Ring a couple of days ago where I had to walk near a cliff edge and I fell off a couple of times, but I beat it. I got past.
I'm pretty sure I saw you struggle on Baldur's Gate 3 multiple times.
No.
You had that
I was well good at that.
thing streamed. No.
Yeah,
You asked
that was
me
pretty...
how to do one thing.
Absolutely not.
You did.
Absolutely not.
Live on air.
No. If I did, it was to be polite and make you feel welcome.
This is a lie. That's a lie. Whatever. You know, I have a great memory. I know the things. They happened.
It didn't. There's no
Moving
way.
on.
There's no way.
Next one.
Episode 13, I was not shit at that game. I was good at that game. I was reasonable at that game. I was okay. I did all right.
See, episode 13 knows. It was live. You streamed the whole thing.
Exactly. Start to finish. Completed without dying.
With some help. From something.
Well, yeah, I played with my wife, with Isla, so I had some help in that sense, but I was a courageous leader. I don't remember being stuck or being bad at it. I think I was pretty good. Right, Pete has asked, if you could get anyone on the podcast to interview, who would you choose? You, Pete.
Oh my god, I would actually, you know, we are joking because, you know, we hate
I'm not
Pete,
joking.
But if we got... No, I'm not either. If we had Pete on, that would probably be the best thing to, like, best person to have on, period, because he has like 99 years of life to talk about, you know? I would love to pick his brain of 99 years. It'd be interesting. Let's get him on. Why haven't we gotten him Pete on, Asa?
He's shy.
With all that hair.
Yeah, Pete, I can't. It's gone now. It's scrolled away. Pete, a super chat to say, please read Tom's comment, but I can't. It's gone. I wouldn't help you fight the genie. I'm being called a coward as well. This is atrocious.
It's just a bunch of lies. It's hard when you lie in front of everybody that has, like, seen all your live streams, you know?
Funny since we can interview him when he's a New York Times best-selling author, but we have to wait until then. Thanks, Connor. Yeah, it's not... I don't really do guests and stuff, so if I could, if there was anyone to interview... Ooh, I don't know. I'll think about it. Nope, I thought about it and my brain melted. It hurt. You've caused me immeasurable suffering, Pete. Gamzly, is there anyone you would really like to interview?
Ew. That's so hard. Anyone from Blizzard, you know? Anyone from Blizzard. Anyone from Blizzard specifically, not like ABK, just Blizzard. Because I really want to pick their brains about, like, the directions and the changes throughout the years, you know? It would be interesting. I would like that.
Yeah. I've got no good answer. Sorry. I'm going to give you nothing on there. Right, next one is from Connor, the General C. CEO greed is ridiculous, and these devs like Randy try to justify games that were expensive generations ago, but nobody often mentions microtransactions. What are your thoughts on $80 games with microtransactions? I very much respect when games don't have microtransactions. Pricing is a really weird conversation because I don't want to sound like I'm advocating for prices to go up. Nobody wants prices to go up. But value is such a weird thing to talk about and what's worth what to different people. Me personally, I would happily pay the higher end of pricing if it meant cleansing them of all of the nickel and diming that comes with all the microtransactions. And I say that as someone that doesn't mind microtransactions in the right circumstances, in the right model. I don't think they're inherently bad and unfair. You can do a live service game with a fair monetization model that allows that game to sustain development over time. But things that are one and done, things that are a complete experience and cram microtransactions in anyway, disgusting. And yeah, using old games to justify current prices makes very little sense because the industry and distribution is entirely different to what it used to be. The size of the audience is entirely different to what it used to be. Yes, some of that isn't favorable. Like the cost of making a game is definitely entirely different to what it used to be in the direction of more expensive. Yes, I appreciate that. It is. But the audience is astronomically bigger. Distribution methods are astronomically simplified, cheaper, easier to get your game in front of people. So it's a really, especially when you strip physical out of the equation and you're just talking digital distribution, the value of a digital copy of a game is such a weird concept in itself. That it's nuanced. There's a lot to it. I don't know. I've waffled.
Yeah,
What do you reckon, Gamzly? You love microtransactions. You buy shiny hats like I do.
I've so much. No. Unfortunately, they really prey on the whales and the like really heavy fans of certain fan bases to push those things and they get you because it's so enticing. Like, World of Warcraft has decades of loyal fans that get really happy to support you more, so they because they believe new content's going to come out because of it, or some sort of weird thing they justify. So it's really hard to get away from it and walk away from that money when you are receiving that money. When hardcore fans like me buy a horse armor, we do it because we really love the game and we want to support the thing. And it got twisted at some point. And it's unfortunate, but I echo basically everything Asa said. And it sucks. Like, especially, $80 games with, like you said, $80 games with microtransactions to me is a little wild, but it's a competitive market and they're trying to steal every single minute of your attention, and microtransactions help you stay put in the game. So
just to look back to the phrase that kind of opened that question with CEO greed is ridiculous. CEO greed, shareholder greed, company greed, corporate greed. Yeah, like it's a threat to all things beautiful, including video games. Greed is an unfortunate reality. Next question. That's my little tune to pass the time until the next question comes up. And it's Stephen Southwick. Stefan, Stephen, why do you think Doom isn't doing as well as was probably expected? Oh, I'm not sure about that, Stephen. I'm not sure what was expected. So, big. What's the word for that? There's a particular word for the assumption being made in that question. So Id have come up and said,
no, I'm kidding. I love you,
it's not delusion, but they've come out and said that 3 million people have played it already, and which is their most successful launch, which is something you can see some nuance and caveat as well, because it's their first launch that's been straight into a subscription service, which does change. Yes, thank you, Isla. Presupposition is perfect. It's done well, and you can pick it apart and say, well, how many of those were sales? Like, how much is this in terms of actual success criteria, and what those criteria are and what those expectations are? We don't really know. Their projections might have been exactly on point. It might have done exactly like to the letter per expectations. It might have done better. It might have done worse. I don't know.
Yeah, I really think that Doom Eternal came out at a ridiculously peak time. it came out when, it came out in a time that Animal Crossing came out. It was like right in the heat of the pandemic, and it blew the fuck up like every other large title. It had a enormous success with traction and not many things around it to take its attention. And here, I mean, it's just not that world anymore. I think it did quite well. But that's up to the how these companies see the success, and it's a different success metric than it's ever been, and we will never know. We'll never know. To me, it is a success. So I don't know how to answer it.
So I hope that's satisfactory, Stephen. And we'll have the next one. We will have the next one, and it is from Pete. Which game, the first time you saw it, graphics-wise, totally blew you away? 2 answers each, please. Whoa, demanding, Pete, demanding. One old school game and one not old school.
Okay, well, what's the time frame on the old school, though, Pete?
You can go back to an old console launch title like a Halo or a Ocarina of Time or whatever you want.
Well, I mean, in that case, I'm gonna go with Zelda Breath of the Wild. No, it's not true. I just pissed off everybody. I will say easily Hellblade 2 pops out. That is just graphically insane, probably the most insane of anything to come out recently. And I remember being super impressed by Oblivion when it came out on the 360.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, good shout. I reckon there's a whole load. So recency bias is going to take me, but I was waxing lyrical earlier, like a couple of hours ago, about how impressed I am by Doom the Dark Ages. It's like visual technical masterpiece. I'm not saying that the game is as a whole, but I love what they're doing with the engine. So got to say that. Old games. I guess Gears of War. Like, there's been impressive ones. There's been your Halos.
Yeah.
There's been when I first went onto PC and I played Asheron's Call 2. That blew my mind for what it did visually. But Gears of War has such a legacy behind it in terms of how it dictated what that console hardware actually was, let alone what you could do with it. So I'm going to go with Gears of War, and I'm going to go with Doom. Them's my 2.
Those are actually great. Those are great answers. I'm so proud of you. Mason.
Oh, thanks, Gamzly. Let's do the next question before he spikes me with an insult. Oh, it's Tom. Evening, lads.
A real answer.
What's not to like this week? Gamzly.
I mean, it's always Asa.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's always
That's hurtful.
Always Asa. No, it's always rain and inflation and dollars. You know, Canadian dollar is terrible. Get away from Canada, or come to Canada. I don't know. Just spend your money here somewhere. Please help me. That's it.
I had an answer and it's just evaporated. Completely gone.
Good.
Completely gone. Like, time.
I saw it leave your face.
I had one and then I thought of another one. I was like, I can't hold 2 things at once, and now I've lost the first one. I'm going to go with time. Time is not to like, because I don't like the way it moves. I'd like more control over that. So time is not to like this week. And I had another one, pins and needles. That's my other one, because I've got pins and needles all down my left leg right now. I need to move it. So pins and needles and time. Those are 2 things not to like this week. And Craig's on not sleeping from shoulder pain.
Well, you should try sitting on the box because
yeah, your Lego box is more comfortable than my chair, I reckon. But yeah. Right.
Crazy.
This one's not so much a question. This is a statement. This is Connor the General C. Warhammer 40k miniature painting greater than Warhammer video games. I can respect that.
It is. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
I
I'm way
agree.
clumsy. I'd be like, yep, that's a green face now.
I won't do
It
it.
was
I
supposed
can't
to
hold
be.
a paintbrush, but
Fair answer, yeah. Yeah. Expensive hobby once you get into the models as well. But Stephen
way
Southwick.
too much, man. They're like 200 a set over here. Anyway.
Oh, this is a good question. Gamzly, this is for you. What do you define as a short episode? You started this episode saying it will be a short one, and I'm not complaining, but it really wasn't. A short episode, Stephen, is anything under 90 minutes for me. It's under 90 minutes. It's a short episode.
I have to say, anything under 3 hours.
You bastard. He tricked me. I thought we were on the same page and it'd been about 90 minutes.
3 hours. You know what? I honestly, we say it a lot, right? We really do. We look at the topic list, we look at the news, and we're like, there's just no way we're going to go above an hour. And then all of a sudden it's above 2 hours. And I really didn't think this topic list would last this long. But we have great questions.
Pete, so that's a good shout. My engineer not turning up was not to like this week. That's what I should have said. I'm still sticking with the pins and needles and the time, but I also didn't like the engineer not turning up.
You shouldn't. You should switch. You should switch.
No, I can have 3. He didn't confine me to just 2 choices. Yeah, you'd come over and lay this line.
I'll send Subway over
through
there.
the village.
You know what I mean?
Okay, next. If there is a next. That. Or we might have run out. So, just gonna
thank fuck
stall for time to see if there's anything else comes up. And it doesn't. We're done. We're finished. That's the end. It was just coming in a hair under long episode. This was a short episode. So, read. Wait, can Asa read that out so it's more effective? Read what out? I missed it. Oh, how dare you call Gamzly? Oh, wait. It's a short episode. If Gamzly is in it. Well, I haven't told. Like, I am short. Happy to pretend that he wasn't. I didn't mind Gamzly. No one can tell.
I'm 5'3".
Oh,
I hate myself. Anyways, moving on.
Let's do the end of the show. So that's it. We've had our questions. Thank you for those. Thank you for everyone that's come through and just watched us, listened to us, spoken to us, all the other things. Much appreciated. Gamzly, you be nice, but say whatever you want.
All right.
Can't do it. He's trying. He's struggling. I told him to be nice, and he's had a complete malfunction. Can't do it.
Ace is tall.
Your eyes are
I
bleeding.
guess. With rage. Everybody. I mean, this was a great episode because everybody got in some really good questions, and even on a short news cycle, it's fun to interact with everybody. So thank you for everything. That's my niceness, and Asa sucks. I couldn't hold it off. Watch us every Saturday for the round table. All right, 3 p.m. Hit the like button. Share us out. We love you, and you could find me in the Discord. Come play games with us. Community nights. I'm doing everything Asa probably won't. So every Friday, sometime in the UK, and every Sunday, sometime in the UK, you can play some community games with us. And every second Friday, D&D, tabletop games. And every Wednesday, I stream some Baldur's Gate with some friends. So if you want to come chill there, it's all on Discord. So thanks for coming.
Cool. So some of the things that Gamzly just said were true, and some were not. And I'm not going to tell you which is which. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Oh, no.